guys, it's Erica with MonsterCon TV along with David Gonzalez, and we have a special guest here. We have Ari Lehman.
That's right.
Yes.
Erica and David, I'm Ari Lehman, the first Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th, here at Housecore Fest in Austin, Texas.
We're chilling out with the first Jason over here. This is the guy at the end of the movie that pops up and like scares the living shit out of you. This is the guy, right?
That's
here.
right.
This is the one that you have nightmares about.
Yes.
Like you do not want
Did
to
you
go
have
to
nightmares?
sleep.
Did you have nightmares, Erica?
I turned my light on.
Did you?
I had
Well,
the night light.
You know, I often wonder, you know, it's a fun movie about a summer camp, and it's a family theme. It's a mother who just loved her son so much she completely lost her head. Hey, my friends, how are you? Yes, indeed. Well, I'm happy to be here at Housecore Fest, representing Friday the 13th and Jason Voorhees and my band, First Jason. Let's see, today was a very busy day. I woke up early, had my cup of coffee. There's nothing like a good cup of black coffee in the morning. And
No sugar, straight black.
you know, and then I got here to introduce the screening of Friday the 13th at 9 a.m. this morning. And I got
Awesome.
there with about 5 seconds to spare. As a matter of fact, the very wonderful and forgiving Corey Mitchell, who runs this amazing event, was there. He was saying, well, I guess we'll have to show the movie. I'm like, wait, stop.
I'm here.
I jumped up there and I said, you know, I told him all about how wonderful it was to be in Friday the 13th. And then my band, First Jason, or I should say my musical project, because it was kind of a different version of it. But First Jason performed here at Housecore Fest, and I was very honored to do that. And then we did an autograph signing session. So
That's awesome, and for us, it's kind of it's bittersweet because as we mentioned prior to the interview, we just got to interview Victor Miller at MonsterCon, who is the original screenwriter for Friday the 13th. So
Victor
that was
Miller, yes. Victor's a good friend of mine.
He's a very good guy, very humble,
sure is,
down to
yeah.
earth. One of the things that struck me the most about him is how he's willing to read other people's screenplays without charging them.
That's
you know,
true.
you can email him and send him your screenplay, and he will give you his feedback. And if he likes it, he'll charge you then after that. You know, there's a fee. But if you're really interested in doing something as far as, you know, making a film, shoot him your screenplay. He'll look at it, and then he'll get back to you.
Yeah, Victor is fantastic. I think that it's often overlooked when we celebrate individuals who are the creators of the genre. You know, everybody, of course, loves the actors, and very many people know about our directors like Clive Barker,
Right.
or Rob Zombie. You know, many celebrated. Now Greg Nicotero. You know,
Oh, great.
people like that. You
Awesome.
know, very celebrated. But what about the writers out there? You know, Victor always said to me,
Yeah, the
you know,
people
all
that
these
actually
ideas,
put it in motion.
Sure, I mean, Jason Voorhees was once upon a time just an idea in Victor's head. And then, you know, maybe people don't even know this, but some writing happened during the creation of Friday the 13th, because at first, the only part that Jason was going to be in was when Jason drowns, revealing, okay, the mom, being upset about him dying, has basically lost her mind and becomes a killer. She's talking to herself and everything. But then, Sean Cunningham had seen the movie Carrie, and he wanted to have that surprise ending. So he said, how can we do this? He put that idea out to Victor Miller and my good friend Tom Savini, the special effects maestro.
Amazing.
And they came up with this idea, this ending sequence in which the little boy Jason, who had died
Who's this
11
guy?
years prior,
Ari.
jumps up out of the water. Yes, fabulously portrayed by myself. But the interesting factor is that you know, that scene, if it wasn't for that scene having been
It wasn't originally written.
yeah, it
into
wasn't
the
in the script. So they had finished filming in August, and they called me back in October. As you can note from the
2
foliage.
months later, which,
yeah.
you know, as us in the film business, that's
Oh, you're right.
That's
You're right.
a long
It's
period.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they had made some adjustments and whatnot, but I think it proved to be a lasting element of the film, and it certainly gave an aspect by which they could add on future sequels. You know, the boy, well, then he's still out there. Now, did we ever think later that he would become this huge, you know, indestructible monster? A little boy, I mean, just a
That
little
my
boy.
kids are scared
You know,
of right now.
because like my friend Stan over here is just a little boy. Stan, come over and say
please
hi.
come in,
Stan,
come in
Stan is
first.
awesome.
Stan's just a little boy. Let's pick up Stan. Here, Stan. Okay, Stan. Here we go. How you doing, Stan? Stan's just a little boy, but you know, Stan. Even the biggest man in the world was just once a little boy. So Jason was just a little boy. I was a little boy, Jason, and that's my manager, Raving Lunatic, and his friend Stan.
Hey, Stan.
Awesome. If you don't mind me asking real quick, I just want to know, I love Tom Savini. I love all his work. Big fan, read his books, own his books. What was that like being in the scene?
Working with Tom Savini was incredible because I was 14 years old and they were doing like the movie Knight Riders was their next project. So they were all into like jousting and sword fighting and
that's
mini
the George
bikes
Romero.
and well, it was George Romero's involved. Ed Harris is his lead. Tom Savini plays the Black Knight.
Yeah.
It's a great film. Everybody should see it. But it was just a lot of fun. We were at a summer camp. He brought me into the workshop, and there I saw these magnificent, you know, severed limbs and decapitated heads, and all the weaponry and all the explosive devices, and you know, to be a little
All of
kid,
the stuff that turns you
the
on.
blood pumps and all that cool stuff that really, you know, it was like having the secrets revealed.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And he also had a pet chinchilla at the same time. But yeah, so working with Tom Savini was great. That's why I have facial hair today because of Tom Savini. And you know, he's just kind of a fantastic dude. And I just saw him not too long ago in Albany, where we were working together, and we dueled with machetes. It was fun. If you get a copy of my record, it's called Jason is Watching. On the back
Jason is watching.
is a great picture of me and Danny Trejo. Also a picture of myself with Claudio Simonetti of Goblin and Dario Argento, the great Italian director.
Jeez.
It's because I play this guitar that's on a giant machete, the world's only heavy metal guitar, the electric machete, and it looks so visually intriguing that, you know, they love it. And Dario is a great director and good friend of mine. And of course, Goblin performed last night here at Housecore Fest, and that was fantastic. And they're going to be performing to the Suspiria soundtrack on Sunday, and that is also
Tomorrow
really
night.
looking forward to that.
Yeah. So
If I may-
just completely off the subject. I had a dream with Danny Trejo last night where he's driving a maroon Mitsubishi Eclipse through a hotel.
Do tell.
And with Billy Blair, who we
Through
just
the
interviewed.
hotel?
Yeah, through who we just
So he was
interviewed.
driving
He's driving this
car.
Eclipse, this car
Through the
down the
hotel.
stairs through this hotel,
see.
and then my dream ends with him doing mime work with bowling pins.
Bowling pins.
I have no idea where that came from, but
And they think
that's
I'm
my
crazy.
best stuff ever.
Who knows what it could mean?
I don't know.
I would just like to say real quick though, for the fans out there, if you haven't heard of First Jason, awesome band. I got to see them at Texas Frightmare Weekend the first year in Grapevine, 2006.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they performed there, and that was amazing. And I love what you do.
Thank
I
you.
love how you're out there and you're just pushing this thing, and it's cool to see you in the horror community and doing what you do. And
Yeah, First Jason is a horror, punk, comedy, metal duo, and we're expanding, but the first record is called Jason is Watching, and you can hear it at firstjason.com. We also have some great videos online. There's Jason's Bride, and there's also
Which could
one,
be me.
Oh wow.
Oh,
and then there's one from the Viper Room in Los Angeles where we performed.
Nice.
Yes. And
Nice.
it's
So
called
we repeat.
First Jason Live at Viper Room.
Awesome.
dude, that's killer, man. Yeah, check
all right,
that
so
out.
thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
taking
Yeah.
the time.
Thank you, everybody.
You know,
First Jason, all right?
Ari
Make sure
right
Ari
here,
Lehman.
First Jason.
Check him out, First Jason. Buy his stuff, all right? This guy's amazing.
yeah. So thanks for tuning in to MonsterCon TV, and
As
we have a lot
always.
more coming up. So thanks for watching.
See y'all later.